One day, you're at the top of the world. Hollywood deals, global fame, red carpets, and then one scandal nearly wipes it all away. So, what do? Give up? Or fight back? This is the untold story of how Lee Byung-hun went from being the golden boy of Korean cinema to facing massive backlash, and ultimately making an unforgettable comeback in our favorite Squid Game series. Born in the lap of luxury, Lee Byung-hun wasn't supposed to be an actor. Born into wealth in South Korea, he had it all: luxury, private schools, and a comfortable future. His father, a leading businessman, wanted his son to follow a stable, respectable path. And for a while, Byung-hun did. Little did anyone know, a hidden passion was about to change everything. He inherited a love for cinema, watching Hollywood movies with his father. Little Lee even sneaked into the theater to see his first movie, Papillon, in 1974, when he was just 4. But when it came to his career, his heart was set on studying French literature, maybe becoming a professor. Acting was nowhere in the picture, yet fate had other plans. He wasn't chasing the spotlight, it was chasing him. One day, his mother and her friends cornered him, pushing him to go for an open casting call nearby. The future star laughed at the thought. He had zero experience. Who'd hire him? But his mother saw something in him that he didn't. Despite his hesitation, just to humor her, he showed up at a KBS talent audition. And something crazy happened. He got in. No formal training, no acting classes, just a spark of pure, raw talent. At 21, Byung-hun made his debut in a small TV drama, Asphalt Man, and suddenly, his entire life arc was shifting. But was acting really the right choice? We all know that in Korea's entertainment industry, good looks are both a blessing and a curse. And this budding actor had to fight the pretty boy curse. Sure, he had the face of a leading man, but nobody took him seriously. He was sidelined in shallow roles like Who Drives Me Crazy, Scent of Love, and Beautiful My Lady, which didn't require real chops. For 9 long years, this young prodigy fought to prove he wasn't just daddy's money. He even got a degree in theater and cinematography while taking every TV and film opportunity that came his way. Then, in 2000, everything changed with the joint security area. The 30-year-old artist delivered an intense, emotional performance as a young sergeant, forcing people who once dismissed him as eye candy to pay attention. The film exploded as Korea's highest-grossing hit, turning Lee from a heartthrob into a serious actor. As if destiny wasn't done testing him, that same year, his father died suddenly, leaving the rising icon with overwhelming debt and crushing responsibility. Lee Byung-hun stated, "He died very suddenly and without warning. After he passed away, our family soon realized that he has left a lot of debt, mostly because of his business. As the oldest son of the family, it was my responsibility to take care of major family issues. Therefore, I had to pay everything back. I had to work whatever job I could find and make money fast." He continued, "No one knew of my difficult situation. I had to deal with it all by myself. I suffered from serious emotional stress at the time."
공간에 갇혀서 이렇게 서 있는 것 같은 느낌이 계속 드는 거예요.
왜 그런 거죠?
그때 당시엔 몰랐는데요. 그 지나고 보니까 우울증이었다고.
The pain, depression, and panic hit him hard, but he channeled it into his work. By 2006, he even launched an agency, BH Entertainment, in an attempt to manage his projects more professionally, pushing himself to take on riskier roles. And it was working! Critics loved his variety as a negative character in The Good, The Bad, The Weird, a violent thriller, A Bittersweet Life, and one of the most memorable Korean horror classics, I Saw the Devil. With every role, Byung-hun proved he wasn't just an actor, he was a star. And Hollywood noticed. In 2009, the South Korean icon landed a role in G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, rubbing shoulders with international stars like Channing Tatum and Sienna Miller. But Hollywood was a different game. Back home, he was already a leading man. But here, he was stuck as the emotionless, cool, ninja Asian villain. He once said, "When I first got cast in Hollywood, I had no choice but to seize whatever came my way." It was frustrating. He had the talent, yet he was boxed into a stereotype. On top of it, it was a new language. Byung-hun admitted in a press conference that speaking and acting in English were two completely different things. As if to make things worse, his ex-girlfriend reportedly sued him for being a chronic gambler and fake marriage promise. The charges were later dropped, but his international image took its first hit. of many to follow. For now, Storm Shadow kept his head down, taking English classes and studied scripts to earn his space in the new world. It helped massively in getting him more screen time in the sequel G.I. Joe, Retaliation, Terminator Genesis, and an opportunity alongside Bruce Willis and Helen Mirren in Red 2. It proved Byung-hun Lee had officially made it. But that's when everything fell apart. In 2014, Lee was caught in a massive scandal that rocked entire South Korea. A petition was filed to suspend him, and his agency was grasping at straws to deny the rumors. It all started with the actor's controversial reputation as the lady killer of Korea's entertainment industry. Even though by now, he was already married to his lady love actress Lee Min-jung, rumors about co-stars' flings and not to mention the earlier fake promise to marry his ex were no secret. But nothing prepared the public for what came next. While his wife was pregnant, Lee Byung-hun was accused of having an affair with 2 young female celebrities. The situation went out of control when they leaked a compromising video to blackmail the leading actor in South Korea for 5 billion won. The star sued them in return. The intense legal battle went on for a year. Ultimately, the actor was proven innocent, and the 2 women were jailed for blackmailing. But the damage was done. Korean media went wild. Fans turned their backs, brands cut ties, and even whispers that his wife had left him began to circulate. Nobody could believe how a 44-year-old married man could get caught up with women 20 years his junior. In an instant, Byung-hun became the most hated man in Korea. His career was over. He could have disappeared. But instead, Lee made a brave choice: to return. In a public apology video, he owned up to his mistakes, and after that, he let his work speak for itself. In Inside Men, he delivered a performance so raw, it felt like a confession on screen. Then came The Fortress, The Man Standing Next, Iris, Ashfall, Misconduct, and a series of projects showing a man who had endured, learned, and grown stronger. Pretty soon, in 2016, Lee Byung-hun made history as the first Korean actor to present at the Oscars. He was also recognized as the leader for starting the Korean wave in television and film. Slowly, people forgave him, not because of words, but because of his craft. Then in 2021, Squid Game gave him the role of the front man, and we all know how it turned out. With Squid Game 2, the mysterious character was put front and center, and just like that, the South Korean legend was back in the global spotlight. Now, to everyone's shock, Lee Byung-hun is still standing stronger than ever, with new projects in the works. Now 54, he's busy shooting No Other Choice, and a recent Instagram post showed behind-the-scenes moments that even got a cute comment from his wife, reassuring fans that the lovebirds are still going strong. He's also set to star in The Match, a film based on legendary Go player Cho Hun-hyun, releasing on March 26, 2025. So, Lee Byung-hun remains one of Korea's greatest actors, but the legacy isn't just about talent, it's about how the world remembers you. It's now up to the actor to ensure how history will remember him, because scandals like occasional images of him allegedly cheating and tax evasion charges do pop up. Tell me in the comments, what do you think Byung-hun will be remembered as? A legend or a fallen disgrace? If you liked watching this video, click here to see how Lee Hyeri breaks today's industry standards. Is she the last hope of K-drama industry? Let's find out!